Okay, hang on a second. Yeah, good. Nice. So just think for a second about what the tritone subs would be, right? So tritone sub for A7 would be what?
E flat,
E flat. Tritone sub for E7 would be
E flat.
B flat, right? You want to just run those arpeggios for me, just a plain old dominant seventh arpeggio on those two chords for me.
All right.
So you got E flat first. Just go ahead and run that arpeggio for me.
Oh, without a backing track.
Yeah, right, without the backing track. Right, run it way up and down the horn. Now resolve it to D minor. Resolve it to a note in D minor. Okay, now do a one bar's worth of that arpeggio and resolve to D minor. Just get four beats worth of that arpeggio and resolve to a cool note in D minor. Okay, try again. Try a different note.
Okay.
Ah, I like that one. Now do that. Now do the same thing.
Start the second minuet now. Yeah, the second minuet. Minuet.
Minuet two.
Yes. Okay, how does that feel?
Pretty compatible.
Yeah, it is possible. Yeah, it is doable. And you know what? When you have, for example, at the beginning, when you do all that space that you have, all that rest, it gives you musicality because it's not just playing for the sake of playing. You're playing, but at the same time you're enjoying the silence that you have between those beats. Okay, so that's good. 94 for this one and 70 for the minuet. And again, don't do it to the point that you start feeling anxious because you will have the click, 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 click behind you. If you feel like it's getting annoying, stop it, okay? But the important thing, more than playing through the whole thing many times, is to jump, okay? And then turn it off and see if you can keep that feeling. One more thing that I like to do is set the metronome and pretend that I'm conducting. Okay, and you can even just sing. Right now, you're in your dorm, right? So no one is going to hear you if you sing, softly. So you can just pretend that you're conducting your orchestra. Da-di-da-di-da, ba-dim-ba-bi-da, di-di-di-di-di, ba-dum-ba-ba. And you wouldn't believe how much that movement that you have to do to conduct is going to help your musicality when you play.
Okay, so Tori, that's great. We're going to try it one more time from the beginning. And I think I want you to remember a couple of things, right? Let's think about it a little bit broader.
Okay.
And also see if you can just open up those vowels a little bit. And I think the other thing that I think might help you is to remember with the text that there is great admiration and love infused in the text. And so we'll want to incorporate some of that into sort of the finishing aspects of this piece. So can you try it from the beginning?
Yeah.
Cool, thanks.
Okay, so at 31, in the third measure of 31, it's different than what happens in the prior two measures. What is the difference?
So for the previous two, like you really feel the beat 1 and 2, but then it's got like the hemiola feel, so it's like 3 quarter notes instead of like 2 dotted quarter note feel.
Absolutely. So what you want to do is bring that out, and one of the things that helps bring that out is to leave a little space between those 3 accented notes in that third measure. Right? So you have a right? You have that real zest to the pulse, and that suspension of the beat that occurs over that with that hemiola. It really, that you feel underneath it, you feel those beats happening. So you have to be really certain about how you're feeling that moving through it, and leaving that space in there will help to execute that and make that more, it will define it more in there. Give that a shot there at 31. Nice job. Really
Thanks.
nice. And that gives you a lot more integrity in the pulse when you get to that pickup into the measure before 32, right? I think that sets you up better than it did the previous time.
Okay, good. That's better. And now focus on the quality of your flam, that the grace note's still soft and it's a little bit, should be just a little bit more closed, the flam. So not so katong, but a little more blah, blah, da, da.
Okay.
Okay, cool, cool. So it's so funny. The right hand just wants to slam down the grace note a little bit. So just watch that and make sure that that's happening. Just soft and tight. Good. Blah, da, da, blah, da, da. No pause now. But be a little bit more precise with your motions, okay?
Okay.
Good. Okay. So that was excellent, and the shift was fantastic. Now here. Like, those are the notes that you can start to now move, because this is this sort of free introduction part.
Okay.
Careful not to hold that one note too long. That was really good. Dee da da dee ba dum. Don't make that. You almost added a beat, I think. So
Okay.
just be careful not to do that. Now, one more thing. As we go faster, remember, faster, think slow. Because what started to happen is that it rushed the shifts, and then it just went ever so high.
Okay.
So let's just, but within this sort of movement, still with control. And think about shoulders, relaxing them, bringing them back down. Excellent. That's it. One more time from the top. But it rushed, so it was slightly sharp. You got this. Okay, one more time. Almost. It was okay. The opening was fantastic.